Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Budget Beauty. I am Lindsay Beatty. I am the creative force and the face behind Budget Beauty. And today is now November 1st. And I said I was going to recreate for the episode today of our main series. I was going to recreate my makeup that I did for my Halloween costume, which was a very, 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 very low-key Barbie. Because I was like, I am hosting our works Halloween costume contest. And so I was like, I can't really participate in it. And I really didn't. By the time we got to Halloween, you guys know I had been talking about it, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided. Well, by the time we got there, it was just like, yeah, I don't really want to do anything. So, um, I was like, well, let me come up with something. So I did, and I pulled some stuff out of my closet, and I did Barbie. I have a lot of pink items, and I have these earrings from my work friend. Thanks, Miss Tamiko. They're very, very pretty, and they are little rabbits. And so they're tiny little crystal rabbits. And so I was like, oh, I'll wear those with my little outfit, and it'll be super cute. So I did. I wore a very Barbie inspired outfit, and it was super cute. So and the Halloween costume contest went well. It went well. We had a few entries. We had a good time. It was very, very nice. Very, very short and sweet. But it was nice. It was a nice little event. So I was like, well, I'll recreate it for the episode today because I did my makeup obviously, but I didn't do a video or anything when I was doing it. So I was like, all right, well, looks like we're redoing it on Saturday. So here we are. So that is going to be the theme for the episode today. And so I've already gathered, I'm using some of the things I used. As a matter of fact, actually, yes, very, very little of what I actually used, but that's how much pink stuff I have makeup wise that I could get away with that. I could use other things than what I actually used to do this makeup. And also it was kind of I'm putting this together this morning, our Halloween costume contest morning. And I was like, I don't have time to really sit here and think about what I want to do to effect this pink. So I got to pick some stuff really quick and put it together. So now that I have some time, there are things I would like to redo that I would do better, and with different products. So that's what we're doing. So to get started, we're gonna start on the face first. And so I'm taking off my wedding bands and my very favorite ring. Put them off to the side if I could ever get it off my finger. We're gonna put it off to the side. So, yeah, the costume contest was nice. The winner won by landslide, but we had some really creative things. Like somebody came as SpongeBob, somebody came as a magic 8-ball, which was actually pretty cool. That was super creative. And so it was super fun. Somebody else came as a vault dweller from Fallout, the Fallout video game and TV series, which I thought was super cool. And her costume was fantastic. Like she had a Pip-Boy and everything, and had like the vault dweller number sewed on. I was like, this is good. This is really good. Yeah, I was like, this is fantastic. But SpongeBob won, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it really was a pretty good costume. So to start for the face today, we're gonna use this. This is the Essence Silky Blur Poreless Primer. I really like this primer. This is good. It's really good. You have to shake it up though. But it goes on real nice. And it's real smooth, and it's very good application. I really like what I've seen from it the last couple of times I've used it. So I'm gonna start with that today. I'm gonna put that over there. So tomorrow, I will be filming a beauty haul episode because on the plan, the agenda for today is I am going out and I'm picking up a couple of orders, and I am going to Sephora to get some more Danessa Myricks makeup. I am more than likely, I know for sure I'm going to get I'm going to get another Color Fix stick. And so, in shade 3 probably. And so I am going to do that, and I am going to Walgreens to pick up my order. So the saga that is Walgreens. So I ordered 4 things from Walgreens, 4 makeup items from Walgreens. I placed my order, was ready to go, like waiting on it to come in so I could go pick it up. Because this is the Walgreens that I go to for my medicine, and so it's right down the street from my house, so it wouldn't take long. And what I was ordering was real small. It's 4 little things. Y'all, tell me why the order, they popped up and said, oh, your order is delayed. And I'm like, what? There's like 4 makeup items. What are y'all talking about? So then it pops up maybe about 10 minutes after that and says, oh, your order's ready. And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we couldn't fulfill some of the order. Like, it's 4 things. What are y'all doing? And why did you tell me you had it if you didn't actually have it? So 2 of the things I couldn't get. One was, I know it was like a Maybelline tattoo, one of those Maybelline sticks that I like so much. It was one of those, and it was something else. Oh, the Maybelline matte and poreless primer, because I was wanting to try that, because it very much resembles the Sephora primer that I just bought, that you guys have seen me use a little bit. It does remind me of that a lot. Like, the packaging looks a lot like that. Maybelline packaging looks a lot like this, and this is the Sephora one. So yeah, I'm like, so my order, half of my order was fulfilled, so I'm gonna go down there and pick it up. But I also made an order at Bath and Body Works, and I did order another lip gloss from them, and I got it for free because I used a reward. So yeah, I'm planning to do that, and then I'm going to pick up some lunch and come back and work on my other side project. But tomorrow I will be filming a beauty haul, and it is a massive beauty haul. So we're going to cover all the stuff that because I just got some stuff in from Amazon. I'm getting some stuff in tomorrow from Amazon. I have my stuff from Marshall's that I just got, and then all these things I'm going to get to pick up today. So we're gonna have a massive beauty haul, and we're gonna see about maybe doing a buying and trying after that. So we'll see. All right. So now that I've got this primer on my face, let's let her sit and coalesce on my face. Let's call it that. Coalesce on my face, and then while I'm waiting, I'm gonna do my under eye real quick, because I did do under eye the other day. I did a black under eye. So this is the Blackout Absolute. This is the Absolute New York Blackout eyeliner. Blackest Black is the shade. So yeah, I'm planning to make a few stops and then come back home with my lunch and chill for a minute till my husband gets home. As you can see, that's one eye done. I was thinking about going possibly back to the Marshalls to see, because y'all, listen, I found some good stuff at Marshalls. I didn't realize they had Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty in Marshalls, and I was like, it worked. Oh, this This is fantastic. Um, I found Fenty in there this time too. More Fenty. Because as you guys know, I found some Fenty in there before. I got that Fenty lipstick, that Fenty red lipstick, and I got some Fenty I got a Fenty eye pencil or eye crayon thing. I got this from Marshalls. So yeah, and this is the Fenty lipstick that I got from there, and this lipstick was like $8. Yeah, so that's why I was like, let me keep Marshalls and TJ Maxx in mind. I mean, thanks Miss Gina, because Miss Gina was the one who told me that. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, let me. And then I hipped a lot of people because somebody else said, I was watching Robert Welsh, who is a makeup artist, and he has his own makeup channel, and so very good makeup artist, and I really like his content, and I really like following him. In his comment section, people were talking about, because he made a comment about going to TJ Maxx and Marshalls and that whole chain. And I was like, yeah, if you go in TJ Maxx more than once, I've been in TJ Maxx and Marshalls and gotten like brand name semi high end to, and I've seen high end makeup in there for cheap. I'm talking like that Huda Beauty, it was some blush and it was only like $15. That goes retails for more than 15, I promise you. Like, I know for a fact this Fenty lipstick that I got from them, this retails for $29. Okay, I got it for like $8. So yeah, listen, don't sleep on them. Now you got to pick through some of it, but you can find you some high end and semi high end makeup in there. I think I saw Laura Mercier in there too. And I just didn't get it because I'd already bought like 20 things. And I was like, man, I just spent entirely too much money in here. Because that was when I was buying our Halloween decorations for work. So I was like, bruh, I gotta save some money for that. So yeah, I was just like, oh no, I can't, I gotta put that back. I can't buy that. But yes, I know for a fact I saw the Huda Beauty and I saw Fenty in there. I did get the Fenty. I got some Fenty blush, which we will talk about in the beauty haul. All right, now for the eyes, while we're waiting for face to kind of, I mean, it's dried down and it's not tacky. It's very soft. It is very soft. I'm going to do my eyes real fast with my primer. So it's the NYX Ultimate Liner and Shadow Primer. I'm going to go ahead and coat my eyes real quick. Prep this here for some eyeshadow. So the point of all of this makeup for the Barbie look was to do a pink Barbie base look. And I did a full face of makeup, so that's why I chose to also recreate here, because I did do a full face. I'm really liking this eyeshadow primer. Now for the eyeshadow, we are not going to use the same eyeshadow that we used. It will be pink. Well, some of it will be the same, but not the base matte that I was using. So the other day when I did this, I used the I'm trying to think. I used ColourPop. I used the ColourPop shadow stick in Juicy Gossip Metallic, which is a pink. It's a pink metallic. It was an interesting choice. I will say that, because then I put a topper on top of that, and I mean, it worked well, and it was pretty. It was very pretty. I did not, for the topper, I used the Nessa Myricks, her Color Fix sticks. in the shade um, Meteorite. And that's what we're also going to do that today, I think. Yes, we're going to do that today. I was looking down at to see, because I have all my stuff laid out here. I was looking down to see if I had that pulled out, and I do. So yes, we're going to do that. But yeah, I decided I was going to use, instead today, I was going to use something different to do the eye. Sorry. While we're waiting for this to dry. Let me also get a lash primer out so that we can be ready for that, because I didn't have a lash primer out. All right, so face should be ready to go. So for the foundation, this is the foundation I did use. I used Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation in the shade Lagos. So let's get our things prepped here. I thought my makeup turned out really well for Barbie. And you guys know I've done a Barbie look before. This is nothing new. I enjoy doing Barbie a lot because I like Barbie. I was a massive Barbie head back in the day. I was a massive Barbie head, and so it's always fun when I do Barbie. So what I'm doing is I have my little tin, I have my foundation here, and I'm going to paint and then blend. And I did use my foundation brush to blend this down, and it was very good. I like the result. Very smooth application. I even kind of sort of blended with this a little bit. I mean, it is a brush, and you could do this if you really wanted to. I mean, you could do it with this. Now, this ain't the exact brush you probably need to be using, but you could blend with this little tiny brush. I just like using this one, this little small one, this Eco Tools, because this is a Eco Tools brush. I like using this little brush to apply my foundation if it's in a tube. Because I have yet to actually use powder foundation, which is a whole thing. I've never used powder foundation because you guys have seen my journey starting with foundation. I use liquid foundation. I have always used liquid foundation. I mean, powder foundation's fine. I'm not opposed to maybe trying it. I'm open to try anything at this juncture. I mean, I will try anything at least once. I don't mind. I would not have a problem with using powder foundation at all. It's just I started with liquid. It just so happens that I started with liquid on the suggestion of somebody else. So yeah, I'm not opposed to that whatsoever. All right, I think we got it on. I used a good amount, and waste not, want not, because this stuff is expensive, and so we are not trying to waste this foundation because it costs too much. This foundation is like $24, so it is not cheap. So, and it's Juvia's Place is considered drugstore foundation. It is. It's a drugstore price point. But that foundation is good. And listen, for what I paid for it, I'm very, very pleased with the results and the product. So yeah, I have no problems paying that for their foundation. But yes, it is considered drugstore. All right, so we're gonna and this weekend I am gonna clean my brushes and my sponges. This is the Morph Foundation M103 brush that I've been using. Very good results. Got excellent results out of this. To do my foundation. It is a nice feeling brush, and it diffuses and gets this blended very, very well. I do not have problems with patchiness at all. I also take the time to blend really well. So I sit there and I take the time to go over it and do it. But as you can see, no patchiness. Y'all see that, right? And this matches my skin exactly. Probably won't need to use concealer. Probably. Try to get underneath, get that mustache area. Cause I am fairly certain that when we kick off this hormonal coil here in a couple of years, your girl will be having to cover up a mustache. So plucking and covering as part of the beauty routine, because I am what they call mature now. I have what is considered mature skin. So yes, I'm prepared for I'm prepared for that hormonal change to kick in, and for me to have facial hair. Because as y'all can see, y'all see my sideburns. Y'all know about the saga that is my sideburns. My sideburns are a bone of contention for me. And they will be trying to move my hair. I pinned my hair back and it's still kind of in the way. It's gonna be an issue. So the sideburns are already an issue, and I know that's gonna be an issue later on. It just is. All right, face is done. Blended in. Look at that. That is a beautiful application. Juvia's Place does not miss when it comes to this foundation. Juvia's Place don't miss on a lot of things, okay? But definitely not this foundation. Easily, this is one of the best foundations on the market. I feel, in my opinion, it is one of the best. Cause y'all see that. Look at that. Perfect match. It is smooth blend, easy application. The price point is great for what they're giving me. I mean, it's giving us a solid beat here. A very solid beat. So now I am gonna, my hair is being obnoxious. I mean, not that I particularly am gonna need it again. Now that I done sat up here and blended my face, but I'm gonna pin my hair a little bit more because this keeps getting in the way. And when I come up here to do, when I come up here to set this face, we gonna have to have a little chit chat with it. All right, so now this is the thing that I've learned. One of the things I've learned recently: cream. If you are using a liquid foundation, this is one of the basics, and we teach it for a minute. If you are using a liquid foundation, and you're going to use a liquid blush, you need to apply that blush now. Also, highlighter if you're using a liquid highlighter. And I am, in fact, going to use both of these. Now, these things are very, very similar. Now, this one is a different shade than this, so I can kind of sort of tell the difference. Also, this is the blush, and this is is not foundation. This is the highlighter. But this has got a more pearlized look to it, this highlighter. But as y'all can see, that if you were just going by the tops, you'd be screwed, because I sure was like, how am I going to know the difference? But I mean, if I'm sitting here, I can tell the difference. Blush, highlighter. So, because I have both of these, what we're going to do Now I was told you take the blush and you diffuse it in like how I do my setting powder. You take it and you diffuse it in on the back of your hand, and then you do what you're gonna do. But I have a doe foot applicator here. So what I'm going to do is, and I've learned also too a little bit about application. I went and read up on this yesterday and watched a few videos. We're going to do the doe foot applicator here. But what we're also going to do is, instead of trying to blend, so to speak, we're gonna diffuse it into the product, but we're going to tap. So I'm going to do this. 3 little dots. Okay. All right. So y'all see I did 6 dots. I probably don't need 6 if I'm doing this right, but we're going to learn how to do this and do it well. All right. So then let's put her down here, 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 here. All right. So we're going to take our cream and liquid brush. This is the Morph M204. And then we're going to dot like this. Aha! Look at that. Look at that. Now, see, I'm getting better results now. Because, see, my main concern when I was doing this was that I couldn't see where I was doing this with the liquid. I could not see what I was doing and how I was getting this on my cheeks. So, now it looked like it's too much, but we're gonna tamp this down a little bit with when I put this setting powder on, because I'm gonna set it, and that's also part of this. When you do this and you are setting, I look almost clown-like here because I put so much on. When you are setting this down, set it with your powder and then put your powder blush on. If you want to put on powder also, you can. You set it down with your powder and then put the powder blush on top of that, because you're going to put like with like. Powder blush, powder setting powder. Then, and you're also setting this so that it doesn't move. You don't disrupt it when you're putting the powder on. That's also why I'm tapping instead of swiping, which is what I was doing wrong there. All right, so I have a lot of blush on my face. Holy crap, that's a lot of blush. But in my defense, I felt like I needed a little bit. I didn't know how well that was going to go. So we're going to clean this up in a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put, now, this is the highlighter. This is in the shade Blush Lily Glow. And that was in that, this blush was in the shade Pink Lady. But yes, I mean, Lord, it's all over my face over there. That is all over my face. That is so much. I know how to get it down. And I mean, there's nothing saying that I can't go back and put more foundation on top of it if I really wanted to. I could. But same thing. You're going to tap. Note that it's not as much this time. It's not as much. And tapping seems to be much better. Okay. Yep. Okay. Same thing over here. I look clownish and crazy with all this blush on my face. Good gracious, that's too much blush. All right, so let me kind of, I might put a little bit more foundation on here to kind of calm that down a little bit. Let me see if I can get a little bit more foundation on here. Calm her down, because my gosh, that is a lot. See, and then as soon as I came and went over here and did this, with this helps a lot. I know that ain't supposed to be all the way down there, but bear with me. I do have a little bit of this too. I got a little bit of this. I mean, I guess I could probably do it with some concealer. Clean it up with concealer, I guess. If I really wanted to. But yeah, that's a lot. Holy crap, that's a lot. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's see. Try to get that down and calm it down a little bit. But like I say, it once I put on setting powder, it's gonna do something to it. All right, trying to blend this. This is why I want to now this because I messed this up. This is why I want to swipe. Okay, I still have on a heavy amount, but I'm gonna also clean it up over here a little bit too. Now I got stuff down to my face. All right, so now, yes, we know, and I knew this about Juvia's place. It very much, you just need like 3 dots. Of course, I went and put like 6 dots on my face, but all right, which is kind of crazy. All right, so maybe we want to kind of, I am swiping now because that is a little bit too much. As a matter of fact, here. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of this. Because really, what I wanted to do is come down to my eye. I want it to line up here, which is why I realized I put too much on. Let me see if I can get, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to take some concealer and fix this real fast. But this is a good learning. This is a good learning tool here about doing this and how to put this on and fix it if you screw it up. This is the Juvia's Place Eye and Magic Concealer in the shade J8, which y'all know is a perfect match for me. But y'all see how this is brown and it is very much covering this up where I over applied it. And then I'm going to blend that out. But see, I did a great job in kind of cleaning this up because I had it all the way down here on my cheek too. Now all the way down by my jowls. That was too far down also. I'm like, dang, girl, that's too far down. All right, I'm going to use a sponge to blend this out. Nice. Now, y'all see how I clean that up real well, right? Because now you can barely tell that I even put the blush on here. But that's what I want. I want a hint of blush. If we had done this right from the first, in the first place, we wouldn't have had to do this step. But now y'all see, because what was happening was my liquid blush wasn't, when I would put on liquid blush, because I wasn't applying it correctly, my liquid blush was not showing up. It just was not showing up well for me at all. And I was like, why is this not showing up very well? Because I wasn't applying it correctly. So, as you can see, and then we're going to mat this puppy down in a minute and put, you see I got a little bit of hint of blush and the highlighter up there. And that's kind of what I want here. I want it to come down to about the corner of my eye here. So, you newbies who are like me and learning how to do this, this is what happens when you put too much on. Alright, so, nice cleanup job. I have to pat myself on the back. I screwed it up, but that's a nice cleanup job on my part. All right. So what we're going to do now, um, I do kind of want to add back a little bit of the highlighter, just a little bit, just a little bit. We're not gonna put a whole thing like we had for the blush, because I kind of took away the highlight here by doing my cover up cleanup there. This cream and liquid blush brush is really good. This is the M204. It is really good. As you can see, I am just tapping, not swiping. Really, really impressed with the Juvia's Place. I knew that because I had seen other people do this and do it well. And I knew that it wasn't the Juvia's Place formula here. It was me. So I was like, let me go figure out how to do this and do it right. let me go learn real quick. And look at that. As the man said in Aladdin, she can be taught. And I really like this highlighter. This highlighter is gorgeous. It looks pink. I like how the pink shows up. See, now that looks normal. That looks a little bit more normal for me. It's a little bit too much up here, but I'm fine with that. I can deal with that because, like I say, once I powder this down, that some of that's gonna disappear anyway. So I'm not too concerned about that section just yet. All right. Liquid has been applied. All right. Now we can apply dry product. All right. So let us set it. So let me see if I need to. Oops. Yeah, I need to pat me a little bit out. Really like this Juvia's Place setting powder. The I Am Magic. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Silky Finishing Powder in the shade Warm Honey. I really like it. It is very good. Very impressed. It's like $25 and I have used a great deal of this stuff already. I really like it, and this Warm Honey is the perfect shade for me. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. I have been impressed from day one with it. Again, Juvia's Place does not miss. So, all right. I'm taking my powder puff, my pyramid puff, and I am going to diffuse in my hand. Now, when I use powder blush, I'm probably going to do the same thing because I didn't think about this until way later that, yes, you too could do that. Now, my only problem here is this gets a little patchy for me. It does get a little patchy for me when I'm putting this on, and it kind of messes with this blush. But that's why I'm tapping. I'm not rubbing or like doing anything weird with it, or at least trying not to. Diffusing in my hand so I can set the bottom part over here. Now, that blush is still there. As you can see, it's still there. It's just toned down because I've just mattified the shit out of my face. So I just really mattified this down. So it is very much toned down. So be aware. It will tone this down a lot. I'm coming back for my nose, but I want to get this area of concern, which is that shade up at the top. Now, that's a lovely pink shade, even with this matted down. And yes, I could use an under eye, set my under eye with this, but I didn't really, I did. Y'all saw me do under my eye, but I really wasn't trying to do under my eye too much today. Like, I didn't put a whole bunch under there and fool with that too much. And I didn't put concealer under there because it didn't need to. I just put a lot of concealer on my cheeks. And I said too, y'all remember I bragged. I said, I don't even have to, you probably won't have to use concealer. Yeah, you won't if you don't screw that up. Oh, I get on my own nerves sometimes. So there is that. All right, last little bit. I'm trying to get around these concern areas over here. And over here. And around my nose. And on my nose. Alright. So. Alright. Face is set. Now. I can still see the highlighter. I still see the highlighter. I still see the blush. But I am going to add powder blush. As another step on top of this. Because now we're at powder products now. So, if I could ever actually get this closed and put the lid back on, that would be helpful. Alright, so now we are at putting on this blush. Alright, so I have my powder blush is going to also be Juvia's Place. This is the Blush Duo Volume 4. It is really nice. I really like this. Very impressed with it. I've always been very impressed with, like I say, y'all have heard me rant and rave about Juvia's Place for about a year now. But I've been using Juvia's Place before that. So we're going to use, this is my Real Techniques number 201. This is a powder brush. As you can see, I need to also clean my brush. But it's just going on my face. I don't do clients. I don't have none of that. I don't do makeup professionally. So, yes, I need to clean it. But, yeah, it's just going on my face. It's not going on anybody else's. If it were, yes, we would sanitize the hell out of this brush. I promise you. All right. So, from my little bit of investigative research, you need to take this. It is like me trying to do powder blush. It is like me trying to do set my face. You need to take this and diffuse in your hand. And then, I guess, dust on. And what I used was, I'm trying to use this bottom color here. This one. I don't know what color that is. They don't really give it a name or anything. But now, I can generally see the top color when I put it on. And y'all see, I wasn't swiping or anything. I was literally tapping. So, I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm putting any product on, but then when I go see it later on, I'm like, oh, look, there's product. I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to try this with a powder puff and see if I can get this to work a little bit better for me. Now, like I say, if I use that top pink color, all day long, it will start showing up. I can build off of that. But I'm going to use this powder puff real quick. And see if I can make some magic here with this. Because see, I can pick it up. Y'all see that? It's picked up on this powder puff. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now I can see it. All right, there we go. I can see it a little bit better. Now, from what I understand, this pink is just going to blend in with my skin. It just does. I can't get around that. But see, when I diffuse it in my palm, you can see it here. So, because for me, this is like putting on, and see, now I can see it. Okay. There we go. So that's what I need to do with this. I have to treat this like it is um, setting powder. And I have to put it on top of the setting powder. Because that's what you're doing. Powder with powder. So, yeah, I can see it now. But this kind of blends in with my skin otherwise. But yes, because which is weird because pink. But see, y'all can see it now. I couldn't see it before. But that brush works well with the top. So y'all see when I say, like I said, I showed y'all this a second ago, but top color, bottom color. The brush works really well with this. I can build with this and I can see it so well. This one, you see, I'm going to have to use that powder puff. I see that. So, yes, pink. That actually shows up really well now. I'm very impressed. I didn't doubt that Juvia's place was going to be good here. It was me. It's me. The application issues are with me, not the Juvia's place. So, all right. Now that we have done our face, we are ready to do eyes. And so, I'm trying to get a little cleaned up and organized here for a second before I get to fooling with my eyes. Yeah, we learned something new today. Also, too, whenever I use these NYX Jumbo pencils, this is like a multi-use face stick. It can be used for eyes, but this is more of a highlighter. This is in the shade Blueberry Muffin, by the way. And as you can see, this is very, take top off. This is very pink. So I could put this on, but this is a cream formula. So the time to have put this on was before we before we set and all of that. So it's fine though. But I realized that about that. So if you're using any of those sticks, those are cream based products. And so you need to put that on. If you're using liquid foundation, you need to do that. All right. I'm so excited about that liquid blush. I finally got it to work. Too much, a little bit, but I got it to work. But as you can see, I have a pink glow. I'm so excited. All right. So let's talk about these eyes for a minute. All right. So what we're going to do the cut the crease. This is the BFF cream gel liner. This is in the shade champagne toast. No, this is Calabasas metallic. I got another one that's like champagne color, and it's also the same like this. So we're going to cut this crease. I'm looking in my Barbie mirror to do so. And yes, I did use my Barbie mirror to do my Barbie look the other day. Very pleased. I really want a Barbie vanity. But that is expensive. And the collection with Impressions Vanity is over. So I got this Barbie mirror at on clearance right at the tail end of that. So that collection going away. So I am sad because I really want a vanity. So also too, I'm going to do, speaking of vanities, I have not bought a vanity yet. But I have a project in mind for in here. Because where my makeup is, because your girl gotta have some more space to put all of these new storage solutions that I just bought. I have to have some place to put it, and I don't. And so what we're gonna do is I have a jewelry armoire that I got many years ago, from my ex-husband. I have that jewelry armoire, and I'm going to move it. I very seldom use it, and right now it's just really storing. On top, I have my extra makeup, so I'm going to move things around over in this area. there's a nightstand there that I don't use anymore except to store old junk, and it's like junk drawers. I'm going to clean that out, make space for, because on the top I can put more I can put my makeup stuff, and I can use the drawers for storage for makeup. So I'm going to swap these things, and then that will give me more space. So that's a project me and Mr. Husband are going to work on. We are going to work on that together. So, all right. For the eyes, I did not use this the other day, but I will. This is the Juvia's Place. I'm so excited. The Juvia's Place Nubian Shadow Stick Shimmer. This is in the shade Sheba. I went to school with a girl named Sheba. I was in elementary school with her for years. She was cool. We were cool. We weren't like tight or anything, but we were cool. So I like this shade. It's cool. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm so used to the ColourPop Shadow Stick version of this that this stick is a little dry. It is a little dry, but it's not terrible. And I can get it on and do what I want to do with it. It's just it is just a tad dry going on, just a tad. But it's still pretty good. And I like it. So as y'all can see, I'm putting it on my eye. And what I'm going to do, I may just spread this out just a little bit with a stick. Upcoming events. We are family Christmas party is sometime in December, right before Christmas. So we are going to attend that. We will get ourselves together and attend. It's at the same place as it was last year. And so we are going to go. Which means I gotta make sure we got funds and things available to play around with. Now we may go. I don't know if we're gonna go up the day before because the party is on a Saturday, this year instead of a Sunday, which thankfully, because I'm like, buddy, I can't work from the house, so it's not like when I get back, I can work from the house. I gotta take the time. So, I would have to take the time off now. So, we're gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna go because the party's Saturday and he's off that Friday. So, husband is off that Friday. And this is my husband's side of the family. Their annual Christmas party. And so, I don't know. I guess we're going to go. We will be able to go. And so, we'll probably go. And make an appearance. Have a good time. We had fun last year. We did go. That was the first time we had gone in a long time. That was actually the first time we'd gone as a couple. In the entire time we've been together. And we've been together 12 years, almost 13. So yeah, it was, that was our first one that we went to together. I'm pretty sure. No, yeah, well, no. Now that I think about it, no, that wasn't our first one that we went together. We went in 2018 because they had a 50th. One of the aunts and uncles had their 50th wedding anniversary. Because it was 2017. It was New Year's 2017, because it was right before I was diagnosed with uh, the diabetes. So, yeah, it was. We spent New Year's because that was New Year's Eve. It was on New Year's Eve, and we rang in the New Year on the dance floor together. Um, but that's our first one. Now that I think about it, that's our first one married. We had not been married. We were engaged when we went to that party, but we weren't married yet. So, and what I'm doing is taking this and spreading this out on my eye a little bit, because this is, because it's a little dry and it was a little hard to get that on there. But now the payoff is stunning. I really, really like this payoff. This is gorgeous. But yeah, I'm having to make this work a little bit. This is one little piece right here, just kind of. I mean, I guess I could just diffuse it with my finger, I guess. But I really like the stick. It's not bad. It's not as bad as, say, the Elf. Cause y'all, I got an Elf stick that is terrible. Um, and the payoff is not as good as, say, this Juvia's place, and definitely not anywhere near the color pop ones. And y'all know how much I love the color pop ones. But this is being very stubborn. That's why I'm looking down in this mirror. It's being very stubborn. Trying to get it to like spread out and cooperate, and it's not trying to do that for me right now. Let me put a little bit more on. But yeah, we have a good time whenever we go see the family. So we have a great time, and I love spending time with my in-laws. So I always feel welcome and happy. I always feel welcomed, and that they really, like to spend time with me and genuinely are happy to see me. So yeah, I like to go and hang out with my in-law cousins. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'm probably gonna have an episode for doing my makeup, because that will occur on a Saturday. And so y'all know I'll probably come in and do my regular makeup episode. Probably. All right. Shadow stick done. Okay. As you can see, crease is cut. This is on. Now, it is a little lacking up here. Now, I could maybe spread this out just a tad. But what I'm going to do is, for the topper, because I could leave this as is, but for the topper, I'm going to do what I did the other day. This is the Denasomyrix Color Fix Stick, and this is in the shade Meteorite. This is in that Color Fix Duo. This is number 8, Duo number 8, and this is Meteorite. So now Meteorite plays as purplish pink, and it is a foil. This is the foil side of things, and so I'm going to just put this on top of it to give it some extra dimension. And it is gorgeous. It looks like I have a galaxy on my eyes. I cannot stress that enough. Every time I put this on, that's the first thing I think is, girl, you got a galaxy on your eyes. It's really pretty. That foil is gorgeous as a topper. And as I read this morning, it is supposed to be used as a topper. It is a cooling sensation also, and then it dries down. So yes, that is super gorgeous. See if I can get close to the edge a little bit more. The other one that I bought, the number 4, is also super gorgeous. It's very, very gold. The foil part is super gold. So on top of gold, it's even more gold. I'm like, whoa, did I ask for gold? Yes, I did. So, it's gorgeous when you want to do a gold foil, reflective gold look. Um, yeah, this is really, really pretty. So now I need to let it dry. Instead of blinking my eyes and doing all this carrying on, I need to let it dry. And see, that filled it in. This foil kind of fills it in. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. But that is absolutely beautiful. Um, it's very clean looking. I really like that. Um, so this is my eyes. I'm trying not to mess with the foil part. It will dry. It is fairly quick drying. So I don't have to worry about that part. All right. Now, while we're waiting for that to dry, I do kind of want to do my eyelashes. All right. So for the lash primer, this is going to be the not Danessa Myers. I wish she made a lash primer because I'd buy it. This is the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. Super volume with super fruits. I'm also trying to keep my eyelids down and not scrunch my lids up too much so that we don't touch the foil, and also so that I'm trying not to touch my eyelashes here. I'm trying not to touch my lid with this primer. So I'm trying to be very gingerly putting this on. Trying to be very gingerly. So yeah. Also yesterday. So we're gonna talk about this a little bit. I'm at a good place though. I'm at a very good place. So yesterday, so as y'all know, I have been married. The Mister that you see on camera is my second husband, not my first. I was a little young buck when I got married. I was 23 years old, and I eloped with a man that I had known for 2 months. And we were married for 7 years. And so after year number 7, he decided he didn't want to be married anymore, and he took off for parts unknown. And kind of left me to clean up the pieces there and get through what I needed to get through. And I did. That all happened in 2012. He left me in 2011. Our divorce, I filed for divorce in 2012 at the year mark, the year and a day mark, down to the day. And because I mean, I knew we were getting a divorce. Like, I knew probably in month 3 that we were getting a divorce. But he kind of drug it out there for a minute, and it was just a whole lot of unnecessary BSing and doing all this extra stuff. And I'm like, bro, I don't have time for this. I really don't have time for this. Either you want to be married or you don't. And he was like, well, you can file for divorce on your terms. Okay. So that is exactly what I did. I filed for divorce. I filed for divorce at the exact mark. And so I filed for divorce November 15th, 16th, 17th, somewhere around there. November 17th, 2012. And it was probably November the 15th. It was November the 15th. Because the 12th was on like a Saturday or some such nonsense. So, in 2012. So then I wound up, I filed for divorce in November 2012. He signed the papers, and I went to court, in January of 2012, January the 8th. My divorce was final, January the 9th, 2013. Me and the current Mr., and the last Mr., Well, let me go ahead and put that out there. The last Mister. We casually started dating 2012. Like Marchish 2012. We didn't really get super serious, and I mean like serious until April of 2013, which is coincidentally when our wedding anniversary is. Because the day we got, and when I say we got serious, like we said, okay, we're in a relationship, is also our wedding anniversary. We purposefully did that. So I was like, listen, I remember dates really well, but I know not everybody does. And to make this easier for everybody, let's just make it the same date. So that's what we did. But yeah, no, we've been together. We've been together however long I've been divorced is however long I've been married. Give or take 8 years. It's however long we've been together. I think, yeah, so that would be, I'm thinking, 13 years? Math. 12 and a half years. Yes. However, like I say, however long we've been together is however long I've been divorced. Because my husband told me, get a divorce first and then we'll talk about being serious. And so that's what I did. And we got serious shortly thereafter, like 4 months after is when we became official. So, yeah, listen, the first few years was rough. The first few years were real rough. Let me interject here. This is the Sephora Size Up, mascara. I went and bought some more of this, a couple of episodes back. This is fantastic, and I really like how it works with this primer. And then I'm going to also use the Essence Lash Princess. This is the False Lash Effect. I'm going to use these two in conjunction with each other. But yeah, no, listen, it's been a wild ride. The first few years were real rough. Just emotionally, just really rough, because also at the same time that I was going through a divorce, my mother was dying. So all of this was happening all at once, and it was hard to deal with. And so, but I got through it. Thankfully I had friends who were, there and who, saved me from making some really shitty decisions. And I got through it. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because my wedding anniversary, my first marriage, we got married on Halloween. And I would have been married 21 years this year, had we stayed together. But I can tell y'all I have no regrets. I'm not sad about it in the slightest bit. It took me a minute to remember yesterday that it was Halloween and what that meant. Like, I was just thinking, oh, it's Halloween. Let me make sure my porch light off so these kids don't come ring my doorbell, because I really don't want to hand out no candy to nobody, and I ain't got none anyway. So please don't ring this doorbell thinking you're going to get some candy, because you're not. I don't want to ring. I don't want trick-or-treaters. So I'm sitting there thinking about this, and I'm like, man, I don't want to have to deal with no trick-or-treaters tonight. And it literally dawned on me after that. I was sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it is Halloween. Oh yeah, okay. And then I went on about my business. At this point, it is now reverted back to just being Halloween, for me. And like I say, the first couple of years after we separated and then got a divorce, it was like, what am I supposed to do about this? Like, this is bad. This has literally been my world for 7 years. I was married to this man for 7 years. It wasn't like we eloped and then, 2 weeks later it was like, bruh, I can't do this. No, we were married for years. So, I mean, yeah. And the messed up part is when he left me in 2011, I'm going to tell y'all just how messed up this was. When he left me in 2011, y'all, he did it 2 weeks after our 7th wedding anniversary. Like, we celebrated our 7th wedding anniversary, and then 2 weeks later, he was like, "Welp." And I'm like, oh, like, so yes, 23-year-old me was just in love. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing. 30-year-old me was like, WTF? What do you mean? But, and I'll share this because, like I say, I've been divorced for almost 13 years at this point. But it'll be 13 years next January. But y'all, it was like, why would you do? So I remember, and this is the point at which I realized that marriage might not have, was probably not going to be a forever type of thing. Now, I went into it thinking, this is my first marriage, my only marriage, only person I'm ever be married to. I said, I ain't never get married again. But the point at which I knew that this was probably not going to work out was I was standing in my kitchen. I was living in North Carolina then, not in this house. And I was standing in the kitchen of our apartment. We had a little townhouse apartment that we paid a very, very low rent for. Now, the buildings were made in like the 80s, so yeah, you was paying for what you was getting. But the neighborhood was quiet. Folks ain't do too much carrying on over there because it was also across the street from the school. So while they like to play that little loud music during the day, after a certain point, folks wasn't acting up and cutting up. And they had a lot of churn over there. So, who went to school across the street. So it tended to be relatively quiet. But anyway, I'm standing in the kitchen of our apartment. This point, we've been married 7 years. And 6.5, almost 7. Because it was in July. This is July of 2011. And I'm standing there in the kitchen. I'm looking out the back door at this guy that we had nicknamed Pool Man. Pool Man liked to get his pool out probably about April. And I'm like, bro, it's still like 20 degrees outside. Because when we lived in North Carolina, it got cold. And it snowed regularly. You could have snow at Christmas very easily. So I'm like, Pool Man, you can't be pulling your pool out too early now. But I knew when Pool Man pulled his pool out, it was time to start putting winter clothes away. Okay? Because Pool Man was telling you, it's now spring. Spring is summer. It's time. I never did learn that man's name, and I ain't never go over and talk to him. But I would see him, and I'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Pool Man," and he waved back when he'd be out there in his backyard with his grill and his little pool. Now, keep in mind, this man's backyard probably about as big as this room that I'm sitting in right now. He ain't having a whole bunch of room, but he had a little one of them little inflatable pools that he like to pull out that you could fill up full of water, and then he'd be out there swimming at nighttime. In the summertime. So you'd always know when he out there because you hit the water. So anyway, Mr. Pool Man was out there on his thing. And I was looking, I said, Mr. Pool Man, he must be ready to get started. So, okay. He getting started for the day because this was July. So I said, oh, he out there for the day. Oh, okay. So anyway, I'm standing there looking at him get his pool together and all this stuff. And my ex-husband says to me, he says something to me. And I don't remember what it was he said. It was something irrelevant at this point. But he said something to me. And I said, oh yeah, I changed my mind about how I feel about that. I said, yeah, I'm not all that jumped up about it now. Whatever it was. And the only reason why I remember it was something that I had previously said something about, and then I changed my mind over time. It was over like years, a period of years. But then there was this long pause, and he says, well, that's not what you said that's not what you said 6 years ago. And I'm like, I wish y'all could have seen my face. Because my face was like, what do you mean? You do realize that people mature and can change, right? You know that, right? People can change. People can have a difference of opinion on something from when they were younger to when they get a little bit older, right? And it was like, that was the point. I didn't say anything, but that was the point at which I was just like, I don't know if this is going to work out. I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out. I'm, you know what? I think this might not work out. That was the point at which I verbalized what I had already been feeling anyway. Because there had been several incidents before this that would make you go, okay, what are you doing, guy? This is not okay. This is unacceptable. What are you doing? It was a lot of red flags going on there. But, for the sake of keeping peace and trying to make things work, I didn't say anything. But y'all, when I tell y'all, that day was the day I just kind of stopped and went, do what now? It was like I wasn't allowed to grow up and evolve and change and be an adult. Like, it was like I was still expected to have the same wants and needs as a 24-year-old whenever I made that statement, because I was 30 by the time we had this conversation. And I very specifically remember him saying, that's not what you said 6 years ago. So I would have been 24 when I made that statement. But it was like, I wasn't allowed to grow up. It was odd, to say the least. It was odd. But then I realized later on, first of all, I know who and what I was married to. And, my ex-husband was very emotionally manipulative and, if not, abusive. Because there was a whole lot of manipulation, emotional manipulation, and narcissism going on, and lying. Like, he was he literally was a compulsive liar. I was trying to think of the word. Compulsive liar. So, yeah. And it has been 13 years since I've been married to him. Y'all, there's still stuff that comes out now that may come up from other people that I know. There's still stuff that comes up now that is like, bro, that what he told you was a lie. You know that's a lie, right? And people are like, what? He lied about it. I'm like, why are you surprised at this point? Yeah, come on now. You know who we talking about here. You know who we talking about. Now, why would you be surprised by any of this? So, yeah. It was very, it was not a good marriage. It was in the beginning. It was. And it turned out not to be. It really did. It turned out not to be a good choice. It was a spectacularly bad choice on my part to marry someone that I didn't know. And to go down that path. So, I mean, I don't beat myself up about it anymore because, well, I mean, ain't no point. And also, I'm kind of married to somebody else at this point. So, and have been married to someone else for a long time at this point. So, yeah, I'm not all that jumped up about it. at this point. He very seldom comes up, because I changed my name back. So I changed my name back, and that last coat was, of course, this Lash Princess. So as y'all can see, I did my lashes, and they are popping. They are popping. But yeah, no, I mean, I married my husband years ago at this point. We've been common law married for 10 years. Uh, Married on paper and in actual, like, legally married for 4, almost 5 years. And like I say, we've been together. They're almost 13. So yeah, no, I'm not that jumped up about it at this point. It doesn't make sense to be jumped up about it. But every so often it might come up that, I was married before, and that I went through that situation that I did not want to go through at all, because I did not ask for the divorce. So yeah. All right. So as y'all can see, eyes are done, face is done. Now we're ready for lips. So for the lips, I did a matte, and then I did a gloss on top. And we're going to use wonky pink here. We're using the wonky pink to line, because that's what I used to line the other day. I've gotten used to this now. So I'm lining these lips, trying to get her. And so if I feather it out, it looks not as crazy. It tends to not look as crazy. Now that I've figured that part out, this tones down the intensity of it. Which is what we want. Okay. So see, it doesn't look quite as intense and loud. All right. So for the little base here, we're going to use Petal Core. This is the shade Petal Core. This is the Maybelline Superstay Teddy Tint. Shade Petal Core, number 40. Because we want the pink. And it's a very soft pink. But yes, I'm much happier now and doing much better. Uh, it just so happens, like I say, yesterday, um, it was used to be super special, and I used to make a big deal about it, kind of like I do now with my current marriage. Uh, I would go out to dinner and get dressed up in our wedding finery, and I had a pink dress. I looked like a little princess. I remember at our reception, because we didn't even really have a reception. We went to brunch at the Marriott that was in Spartanburg, where I lived at this point in time. It's just crazy because my in-laws and my husband, all of them are from Spartanburg. And they were there the time that I was there, that I was living there. So the we went to brunch with my parents, and our little wedding crew, and my parents paid for it. And I remember going to get eggs, going to get some scrambled eggs from the little station where you could get them made. And so the lady making the eggs, she says, Oh, good morning to you, beautiful. And I said, hi. And she says, what got you all gussed up this morning? I said, I just got married. She said, well, isn't that wonderful? I said, I did. My groom probably just came up here. She said, yeah, I think I did see him come through here. Little bald fella with glasses. Yeah, that's him. She said, well, aren't y'all adorable? Well, congratulations. And I said, well, thank you. Well, thank you. So yeah, it was yeah. My mom was there. My dad gave me away. He did not at my second wedding. Thank God. Because I did not invite him to my second wedding on purpose. Um, yeah, we had a great time. It was 11 people the first time, and it was 11 people the second time. Um, yeah, I was. I mean, it was fine. It was quite fine. All right, this lip liner is still looking a little crazy here, and so we gonna kind of cut her down a little bit with this pink. So this is the NK Auto Lip Liner, deep in the shade Deep Pink. So try to soften this down a bit because that crazy pink is looking a little harsh here. I really like how my face turned out here. You can see I have pink on. For once, you can actually see the liquid blush. Because you couldn't see it before. Like, I promise y'all, every time I would do liquid blush, I'd be like, where's the blush though? I'm like, where's the blush though? Which is why I was like, it can't be the formula. It's got to be me. I clearly do not know what I'm doing here. Let me figure this out. All right, so this is the lips. And now we're going to go in with as the topper and at the end here, the Essence Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss. Y'all, this thing is super pink. This is in the shade Pretty in Pink. It is super pink. I mean, you can't miss this. See what I mean? That's pink. You ain't missing that. And listen, well, I rave about Juvia's Place. Also, this has like menthol in it too. Um, it does. It says on here, contains menthol with cooling and tingling effect. I can barely feel it because I got something underneath it, but I can feel it still. See? Now I like how that turned out, and it's gorgeous. Um, so, um, yeah, no, I've grown. I'm not as salty about it as I used to be, which is, I mean, ain't no point in being salty about it. What does it? It don't solve anything. Oh, I'm still mad though. Oh, I will never not be mad. Like, I will always forever be mad. But I'm not like I wouldn't go out of my way to go find him and be like, "Oh, I hate you." Um, it's more like, uh. This I'm gonna add a little bit of this Fenty lip gloss. This is the Fenty cream volumizing. It's the lip volumizing gloss bomb. I think that's what this is. I always forget what it is. I just know it's a lot of lip gloss and it's fantastic. Okay. And then I'm gonna rub it together. Okay. Okay. So as y'all can see, them lips is glossed. Just in case you was wondering, them lips is glossed. There's a lot of pink gloss. I might blot it down later because this is a lot. And I'm also cleaning up my little work area here. All right. So now, last step, setting her down. All right. So I'm going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I dropped my tool. Pretty Fresh Lock It In Setting Spray. That's this. We're probably going to have to use Mr. Sweetful for this. So, all right, here we go. All right, I got Mr. Sweetful here. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, that L'Oreal Infallible 3-second mist setting spray, bro, you don't need nothing to set that, and it does set in 3. It sets in 3 seconds. It really takes probably maybe like 5, but it does dry down on its own. No fan required. So, yeah, it's fantastic. I like it. I really like that. I highly recommend it. So, what I have started to do, and I will tell y'all this while I'm waiting for my face to dry down here. This also smells really good too. But anyway, I have started cataloging all of my makeup, and I will start doing reviews shortly. I hope to get some reviews up and going in the next month or so, because I would like to catalog all of my makeup and then be able to write reviews to tell y'all about it and what I have and the stuff that I like and don't like. Oh, look, my little fan died, y'all. Oh, it died. He said, you better charge me up. Mr. Sweetful, you died. So I'm going to have to get, my face is dry anyway, but I'm going to have to get, me some, I got to charge it up because I got my little thing in there somewhere. But that charge took it took a long time for that charge to go away, to go down. All right. So Mr. Sweetful said you're done here. All right. So we are in fact done here. This, do a little teasing of the lashes just a tad bit. This is the final product. This is what I looked like the other day. I really did. I didn't wear this wig that I have on either, but I did wear something very close to it. So, let my hair down. Let's see if I can get this extra hair off of here. So I let my hair down. And I am a very pretty ba, as my husband would say. Calls me a very pretty bear. So there you go. I will unpin my forehead here, also my bangs up here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this makeup cataloged. I have a spreadsheet because I'm an accountant. Of course I have a spreadsheet. So I have a spreadsheet that I have started. Separate these bangs down. I have started this spreadsheet to track and catalog all that I have bought, and by brand, and so that'll help me keep track of what I have done and not done, and what I've reviewed, what I will have reviewed, and what I have not reviewed. So, all right, y'all's favorite Black accounting Barbie. All right, this is done. And y'all have heard me talk about my love for Barbie before anyway. So this should not come as a surprise that Barbie. So this is the final look. I've already got on my little earrings, which is great because I had on my little tiny earrings. So I have to worry about getting makeup on them. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. This actually turned out a quick fix. This turned out fine. Now I know what I should be doing. I only need the 3 little dots and it will be fine. I promise. I have learned my lesson here. This will be fine with the 3 little dots of, cause that was a lot of blush. Y'all, that was so much blush. Whew. I have never gotten it to show up that well. So yes, imagine my surprise that 6 dots is too much. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Come back and watch more of our videos later. We are up to 4 series now. We have this series, the main series. We also have the breakdown. We have the beauty haul, and we have buying and trying. So we are getting started with buying and trying, and I probably will do something with it tomorrow once I do the beauty haul episode, because I like to talk about what I bought in the beauty haul first, and then we start trying products within buying and trying. So I try to film those back to back. Once I do one, I will do the other, but it takes a minute to do that. So, but I have time tomorrow, and so I will try to do it. So by the time y'all see this, there should be 2 more episodes of different series up to go along with this video. So I want to thank you for watching. Come back and watch more of our videos later. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you later. Peace.